Hey everybody, this is our massive X-Mansion, and I'm really excited to present to you the finished product with a detailed interior. We started this project quite some time ago, and when we originally started it, it was all about the exterior, getting the windows evenly spaced, building the walls with all of the dark orange masonry bricks, also having those like rounded bricks creeping up the side of the building, and those are mounted using the modified bricks with the forward-facing studs, getting the triangles on the roof, and also the logo centered on the roof above the front entrance, and of course above the front balcony there, and the staircase going in the front entrance, and getting the roof just to the right scale so that it matches up with our X-Mansion, which sits on 3 base plates. And of course that same design is carried over onto the back side here. Everything is supersized, and included in that is the cupola up top and the chimneys on the side. We constructed our supersized X-Mansion using 2 of the original sets, and then we had to order a bunch of additional pieces, plus we worked in a bunch of pieces from our inventory as well. Things that we had to order included the modified 1x2 rail plates, a bunch of reddish brown windows, and of course a ton of the masonry bricks from the pab wall. Since the last update, we have significantly upgraded the grounds of the X-Mansion. We have removed all of the dark bluish gray by just fully plating off the grounds with the green plate. We've got some 2x4 and 2x3 wedge plates within there to add some different textures, and then the rest is just plated off using whatever plate we had and whatever plate worked. We also have some reddish brown wedge plates mixed in underneath the windows on the front of the building and also on the side of the building. On this side here we have a nice hedge, and the vines are actually creeping up the side of the building right there. Now these were very similar to the original trees in the set, but we modified it because we didn't have enough pieces. We offset 1x1 modified bricks with forward-facing studs on all 4 sides, separated by 1 plate per layer, and then just offset some of the leaves on there. Thought that created a nice little bush-style tree that just matches the original model quite well. We've got some vines creeping up the front of the building on this side here, and a larger vine that makes its way all the way up to the 2nd floor on this side over here. And then of course the original sign for the school, which of course is Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Did I mention the turrets as well? I must have, but of course we had to keep all 4 of those out front. Besides the dumpster, there's other things that are iconic to the LEGO Superhero Modular building lineup, such as this power box and the cardboard box, which was done by Justin, one of the main designers at the LEGO group for superheroes. There's also a basketball hoop, a vine creeping around this window right here, and a little AC unit. So that's the exterior for now. We do plan on creating more of like a grounds for this building in the future. We're going to give it 3 more base plates. But for now, we don't know where this building is going to go in the LEGO city. So we've decided to leave that for a future date. So I guess it's not 100% complete. But hey, check out this interior. When you come in the front door, you're greeted by the X, which is supersized. It has the original dark red chairs right there. It's fully tiled off in reddish brown around that. We've got 2 different statues, one on either side of the elevator. The elevator is something else that's sort of iconic to the superhero buildings. There's one very similar to it in the Daily Bugle. This one has the additional Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters sticker element on top of it because of course we had 2 sets. We have some bookcases right over here, and the ground over here is fully tiled off in nougat. You can see Cyclops is reading an X-Men comic book. Opposing him, there is another place with more bookcases and also an additional chair and reading lamp. Over here, there is a small table and a TV screen. And there is the sticker element decorating the TV screen. Mutants everywhere! We for sure had to try and include all of the sticker elements within the set just because they're so much fun. For the most part, all of the interior walls are light gray. That matches the tiles that we capped the walls with. And this is our classroom, fully tiled off in light tan. We've got Wolverine, who's giving a lesson there right now. Sticker element on the wall there, and the original like chalkboard and TV screen. But we put his mask on top of it there. And we've got some interesting students in the classroom today. We've got Wong, also Spider-Man, who just can't wait to ask a question because Wolverine, you know, he's just a legend. And there's a teacher's desk in the back corner there. Also a globe in the opposite corner and another bookcase. But come on, a show of hands, who's excited about the classroom? It's got the travel guide on the floor there as well. But I mean the danger room. The danger room is right over here. There's a fire extinguisher just outside of it and, of course, a sliding door. So we completely changed the sliding door mechanism, used one of these large rail plates, and actually increased the height of it as well because our floors are so much taller than the original model. And this will just slide open like so. And there's a control panel with the lights on the left side of the door. Just out front of the door, it's all tiled off in sand blue, and there's the black and yellow lines. And then there's an arch built into the wall, and that arch is, of course, closed off when we close that door there. And the danger room has been sort of like increased in size, but also decreased in size in the same sense, because it no longer spans onto two different floors. It's only on one floor, but that's because there's something super cool right above it. We essentially decided to double all of the different obstacles or dangers within the danger room. But we actually did that in a really cool way. This whole panel right here can be removed. So there's actually another interior wall, and that goes right inside of the danger room like so. So we've got all of our different obstacles. I forget what you call them. But yeah, all of the different obstacles right there, and they're all decorated with the sticker elements as well. Once you remove that, you can also remove this one right here. And we've got the turrets on the sliding mechanism, both on the top and bottom of this wall, along with various flamethrowers spewing flames into the danger room. And that's all built on plates and actually just slots right into place as well. The last component of the danger room is the Iceman and the obstacles on the floor, which is nicely tiled off in sand blue. And that matches this other thing on the wall here, which adds more danger. It's a 4x plate that's been mounted to the wall with modified bricks with the forward-facing studs. It has those like pyramid pieces and also these rubberized horn pieces that like to fall off very easily. And of course, there's also a couple stud shooters mounted to the wall. But there you go, that is our upgraded danger room. Let's take the elevator to the second floor. After popping out of the elevator, you're greeted by the lab. To the right of the elevator, we've got the MRI scanner along with some x-rays of the Wolverine. It looks like he had a rough time in there with the scratches on the wall. We also have Beast. His little workstation there has been doubled up. His fedora is on his workstation, which has also been doubled up as well. There is the small little Cerebro there by the door leading to the balcony. There's a small Cerebro, but we added a bigger one. Make sure you stay tuned. Beast is pretty frustrated because he did spill his coffee. Glad that we were able to add that minifigure because we had it from the CMF series. He did not come in the original set. Over here, we've got another one of those TV screens and some more Wolverine claw scratch marks on the wall. This, of course, is a school for gifted youngsters, so we need a place for them to stay. This is like the bedroom wing right here. We've just got some beds in there, and of course, all sorts of sticker elements mounted to the wall, just for like art, both in the hallway and within the rooms, all of which are from the original set. I've got another bed right here. It's all tiled off in sand green, that being the floor. And another bed with another one of those Wolverine sticker elements and a sword mounted to the wall. Another one of those comic book sticker pieces and some more art on the wall. It's a pretty tall building, so maybe, I guess, in hindsight, maybe we made these walls a little bit too tall now that I see it through the screen on a video camera. It is what it is, though. This provides more support for the floor above, or for the roof, that would be, I guess. We've got one more door right here, and you spin that open, and you're greeted by another couple beds with another travel guide there. It's fully tiled off as well, and you can see there is the sword on the little dresser. So yeah, it's just a little place where the students can, of course, get a good night's rest for their busy day the next day, I guess. Now, we bought one of these sets and LEGO provided one of them early to reveal and review, but we never got the Cerebro GWP. But that doesn't mean you can't build it. We looked up some instructions and modified it, supersized it, and included it in our X-Mansion. Look at that. So we've got the original screen right here, which is sort of comical. This is Professor Xavier's little desk right here. He's got some newspapers and also the name plaque on his desk there and his screen in behind. Now this looks pretty bulky here, but we wanted to try and have a door that could actually roll open. So that's exactly what we built. You can see there's the large 8x8 circular element there. And check it out, it's got the X-Men logo on it, and it will roll open to reveal Cerebro. How cool is that? It rolls right into the wall. I think that's pretty neat. This is a double-sided door, so it's the same on the other side. We attached it by putting some modified 2x2 circular plates in there with the axle hole and ran an axle through it, and that actually equaled the thickness of this wall. So then when we built the hole, or the circular hole, using the inverted and regular arches, it is just perfect. It actually glides on a track as there's a big hole in the wall over there, and it just sort of rolls and gets stowed away within here. Unfortunately, it doesn't open up all the way just because we don't have enough width to work with, but hey, I think it gets the job done. Really cool concept. So if you saw the Cerebro GWP, this is very similar to it, but we actually shrunk the height of it just because our walls weren't tall enough to accommodate the original version of it. So the center panels there are all 4x4 panels, and then we've got all sorts of ratchet connectors on the back side of it, and also some of the regular connectors to give it its curvature shape, like round-wise, and also curving upward with the ratchet connectors. And then, of course, we've got Xavier, who's accessing Cerebro right there. His ramp is all tiled off using the ingot tiles, so there's a slight elevation to it, and there is a ramp leading up to the top of Cerebro. And the floor, when I remove him, you can actually see it a little bit better, is fully tiled off as well with the shield tiles, which adds like a really nice texture to this room. So there is our Cerebro in the X-Mansion, definitely better than the original. It has callouts to the GWP, but that's something really cool that you could do if you're interested in building the Cerebro GWP. You're not going to get that Xavier minifigure, but you could just look up the instructions and build it using parts that you order or parts from your inventory, or supersize it like we did to create a more complete version with a rolling round door. Pretty cool. Hey, what do you think of our Cerebro in the X-Mansion? And of course, it's all modular, so all of these come apart and can be reassembled back onto the building with the roof. Just like this. Now, we placed it back in the city just right here in its original position. I reallocated the 3 base plates that we have open for the grounds just behind it. I'm not sure if it's gonna stay here or not. I'm really not too sure what's gonna happen with this whole area of the LEGO city. So I don't really wanna create a grounds for it in this position and then change it in the future. Although I am leaning toward keeping it here, but who knows what the future holds for this building. I know it doesn't really belong here. It belongs sort of out in the country. But I'm really happy with it thus far. I think the interior took this structure to a whole new level. Yes, the supersized X-Mansion done for now until we get around to creating those grounds there. What do you think of it? We're pretty happy with it. We've been working on it behind the scenes for quite some time. And the interior, I think, is pretty sweet. Of course, there could be more. We wanted to stick to the original as close as possible, as close as we could, while using a lot of the original elements and mini builds and all that. But in general, I think it's, you know, as packed as it needs to be. Of course, you could take this thing to a whole new level. You could add a 3rd floor, you could add a basement, you could do all sorts of different things. But I think that depends on where it's placed in the city. And I'm pretty happy with it for now. I would like to consider this project as complete until we find a new finalized home for it. Everybody, we hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. And have yourselves a great day. Bye for now.